Hello, everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. Well, this was an interesting one. Another random video. Um, to say this is low budget doesn't quite do us justice. This is a no budget movie. I think it's the best way to describe it. This was a bunch of mates getting together. Probably the most expensive part were the pints in the pub. That they all had. God, this movie was something else. So the premise is we've got these uncle and niece living on a farm type thing. Not too sure what they were farming, but la da, they're living happily. He decides to grow pumpkins in the front garden, even though pumpkins don't really grow in the UK and it's set in Yorkshire. Um, It'd be more appropriate if it had been turnips because back in the day for All Hallows Eve, the old jack o' lanterns were made out of turnips, and those things were hardcore. Especially the way they used them, just absolutely hilarious. Right? There's no special effects whatsoever. There's a bit of blood, bit of like knife sticking out and stuff, but apart from that, no special effects. This is mental. It was a bit of a shame. I found out during the credits that the actor Terry Wood, who plays Uncle in the beginning, actually the most endearing character, passed away. So that was a bit of a shame. He genuinely was the most endearing character in this at the start. A bit of a sort of simple, played a bit of a simple creature. I just wanted to tend his lawn sort of thing, or grow his pumpkins. We'll have these chaff type characters, two scrub bags. In fact, they're supposed to be kids, and one looks like older than me. One of the first characters looks rough as hell. It's like they got someone in their 50s to try and play a teenager. I don't know what makeup to use or whatever else, but this guy is rough. The other wee guy with him, it's all right, but they're busy harassing him, and they play a prank, and the prank is that they paint faces on his pumpkins and red his patch, and that makes him have a heart attack. Okay, right. This is where it gets weird. Yeah, this is not even 10 minutes in, and this movie just goes full bonkers. Main problem is there's too many people. There's about flipping 30 cast members in a ultra low. This was probably all made for about 20 quid, and everybody probably chipped in to make this movie. That's how low budget this is. We then have a group of survivalists now. Probably do it in other places, but in the UK, you have these people who take you away basically camping in the woods for a weekend as learn survival training, trapping, bushfires, shelters, all that kind of stuff. Usually ex-military or pretend to be ex-military. There's a high wealth factor with some of these setups. You can go away and spend 4 days and become like a bush tracker type. That's what they're kind of portraying here. And of course, all the instructors are wearing Gucci black stuff, to look cool. And it was all very weird. So I'm trying to think of the premise. I've got the two chavs, got the two wee scroll bags that were messing with them. I get them being targets. I don't get how this then jumped to a completely different group of people that had nothing to do, unless they were. But sorry, I'm trying to wrap my head around it. They're using the land, I think, this guy's land for their survival training, but they wouldn't be able to do that just willy-nilly, especially for an extended period of time. And plus, being a reputable company, taking money off people and offering experience, they wouldn't just trespass in places. It makes no sense. But anyway, you've got this starting off. So after Uncle has his heart attack, and that's all that my uncle, he doesn't actually have a name. He goes missing, and then we see the leaves, the tendrils, whatever it is, pumpkins growing, grabbing him, and then transforming him into like a Jack Pumpkinhead character. In fact, that was a movie I watched where was that set? Australia? No, it was set in Britain as well, but had weird people with weird accents. That was better. It was 100 times better. That was madness. But this, um, yeah, I think it was just an excuse to get the older actor into a younger actor because two different actors play Uncle without without the mask on, and then the killer with the mask on. Um, the niece randomly appears, at the start, shooing the kids away and stuff. A lot of guns in this movie, but not one shot is fired. So it makes me think that they didn't have the budget for the fake ammo and the appropriate licensing to discharge weapons. So there's a lot of people going around with shotguns and rifles and stuff, but not one shot because I obviously they don't have the permissions. I couldn't set it up. That's how low budget this is. This may as well be made on the phone the way they set it up. So Uncle transforms into the killer, and this is where it just gets a bit daft because he's like, and you hear all these dopey sound effects, and she nice hands him the knife, and then he goes after the first two lads that vandalized his pumpkin patch, and then he just goes after everybody because reasons. If you've watched this, links in the description, and you can figure it out, let me know because I can't. So he starts stalking after. This is oh god, I'm trying to think how to. You have this group, they're rambling, and they're supposed to get to a certain point, like a map reference, to really take part in the survival bit. But then you have two of them just stop off randomly and start camping. Your typical camping in the woods type thing. So he cuts up the tape, slices into them. Then he starts going after the survival group. The instructors, I use that term loosely, don't last very long. Then he just starts picking through the group. Two of them run away, nobody escape. And of course you do the run, fall over, run, fall over, run, fall over type stuff in plain flat ground. But hey, if I was going to get annoyed about that, I would never watch a horror movie again. Then they go into the village itself, and they go into a pub. Now, this pub's got like 10 characters in it, and there's a whole new setup of people. Then you have this, oh my god. The bit that annoyed me about this movie the most, you have this guy sitting, and I think he's supposed to be a squatty, he's got an engineer's cap, but he's sitting in a bar wearing his headdress. Now, anyone who's been in the British Army or knows about the British Army, you do not wear regimental headdress indoors, and definitely not in the NAFI/bar. You don't do it. And this guy's sitting, old Willy Pooley, and he's wearing civvy trousers, and he's just sitting there. He's obviously got he's trying to be like a pioneer, the big pioneer's beard, and sitting there drinking pints with his headdress on, and I just, he didn't last too long anyway, so I was glad to see his death. He really bugged the shit out of me. If you know anything, and I heard a thing that some of these directors, especially in UK, do this deliberately to wind people up. To wind squaddies and veterans up, they deliberately do these sort of things just to get traction on the movies. If that's the case, screw you, you twat, because that means your talent is arse. You haven't a clue. But yeah, he's also, what we end up getting is a standoff in the pub. Think, if you've seen Cockneys versus Zombies, think that, or Shaun of the Dead, let's all go to Winchester, but it's one person in a mask. But just to add some absolute bonkers mental stuff to this, the pumpkins are alive. Now, I did mention at the start, there's no special effects, none. So, what you're getting, and this is actually one of the things that interrupted during the survival thing, because one of the guys gets his fingers bitten off, and this is a pumpkin. It just sat there. There's no CGI, there's no animatronic, there's not even, they didn't even put hinges in the jaw. He just puts his finger and then goes, ah! And then we see fingers drop on the ground. That's how bad this is. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm recording this. So, Then we start seeing pumpkins appear, but there's no correlation. They're lit pumpkins as well, Halloween style pumpkins. Just appeared and doing nothing because there's no budget to do anything with them. I mean, well, Killer Uncle Pumpkinhead, it's just going around the place. God, how do you even? Oh, right. So that's all goes. They lock themselves in, and then one or two from he kills people in the pub because they get separated and go outside and come back in, all that kind of nonsense. Then the two from the survival camp run and knock the door to get in. Then everybody runs outside, but leaves the two from the survival group inside, and they lock the door. Then everyone's outside. Somebody gets killed, so they knock the door to go back in, and then the killer just walks off. So the killer kills like the last person that he decides to kill because there's still about 6 people. I mean, there's about 30 people in this flipping movie. Yeah. So he just killed one, walks off, and then stuff happens, and then that's the end of the movie. Oh, we've got comments. I'm at a complete. If they're from outer space, Chris, I would get it. But oh my word, there's no rhyme, no reason to these pumpkins. They're just thrown in for madness, and I can't stress enough. There's no special effects in this movie. There's none. None, apart from a bit of fake blood. That's it. And I just summarized the whole plot in less than 12 minutes. Because this movie makes no sense. And it has about 30 characters in it. And there's no reason, apart from the first 2 kills, there's no reason for this movie. That's all I got. What I will say, there's a end credit scene. I was lucky enough I was flicking because I was able to flick through the TV and see it, or else I would have missed it myself. There's an end credit scene where a wee girl dressed as a witch skipping along. Like, this is a rural neighborhood. Like, there's no it's not like a street or anything. It's rural Yorkshire, England, and if you've any idea, it's like houses are like miles apart. There's not like a row of houses or anything. There's like the village, as usual, has the pub, the post office, one grocery store, and that's about it. And I'm not joking. This is proper out in the sticks set. I wonder if this is the actual village and they just decided to make a movie. And if they did, fair bloody play to them. Do you know what? I can't really complain about it. If that's what they did, and they just said, you know what, we want to make a movie. Who am I to argue with anybody? It just was mental. It just made no sense. There you go. Yeah, so this wee girl's skipping through. Parents aren't with her. She gets some sweets from a neighbour. She must be the only child in the village because she's going about on her own in the middle of the night because, yeah, why not? In rural England, in the sticks. Maybe the pumpkins are a metaphor for the Industrial Revolution and its impact on the exploitation of the European farming community as it pertains to social, economic. That's probably American horror movies. Just can't everyone trying to be big brain type stuff. I'd go with that one. I would go with that one. Just make a movie. Don't know what I'm doing. I've got a camera. Let's do it. And everyone's like, I've never acted before, but do you want to be in a movie? Sure, why not? That's genuine. This is genuinely the feeling that people have never acted before have just decided to jump in and do a movie. Honestly. And do you know what? If that is the case, I'll genuinely put my hands up. If that's the case, bloody fair play to you. Because not only did you make a movie with like about 10 quid and your entire village, but you got it in Amazon, or where did I see it? Amazon, one of the sub channels of Amazon, you know what I mean? You actually didn't just get it made, but you got it produced and you got it out there, and I'm talking about it. So That's all I'll say to you is fair play. But yeah, this wee girl, she gets her sweets. She turned around and there's a pumpkin sitting there, lit. And then the pumpkin, obviously camera turns, somebody picks up the pumpkin, goes, sets it in the middle of the road, and then the pumpkin sitting in the middle of the road. Then she turned around and we see the silhouette of the killer. And actually that bit was better than the entire movie. What can I say? Please make about 10 sequels of this because it's just mental. Do you know what actually? I'm trying to think of another daft movie it reminds me of. I don't know if anyone's ever seen Billy the Kid. And that's was that a? I can't remember if I was American or Australian. Maybe South African. It's not your typical American movie. It's like Appalachian type. The world's most disgusting family. Have relations with a goat and produce Billy the Kid. It's that level of daftness, except there's more special effects there. I'm trying to think. Definitely Cockneys versus Zombie, because there was a Cockney barmaid in this, just because. Like she couldn't have looked more out of place if she had tried. Everyone else, like thick Yorkshire accents, I'm not even attempting, and then a Cockney barmaid, because throw that in there. And there you go. Have nothing else for you. I probably have more fun talking about this movie than actually watching it. I was too busy scratching my head going, what the hell is this madness? The things I do for this channel. Check it out. God, it's just so hammy. You gotta check it out. Oh, flipper, everyone's turned up tonight just about to wrap up. Hey Dale, we got Chris. So I was just wrapping up. This movie's mental. That's the only thing I can say. Do watch it. Yeah, you got to watch it just for the madness factor. In fact, Dale, it was better put together than Killer Sofa. Or sorry, it wasn't. Killer Sofa was better put together than this movie. That's the level of it. So take from that what you will. I think Killer Sofa has to be our ultimate review on this channel. I think that has to be the ultimate in just bonkers mad movies. This one, if I had a couple of people actually talking about it, could be a close one up there. I'm trying to think of the other mad movie. What was that other one? Broil. There's another bonkers mad movie I've watched. I think this is the direction I'm going with these movie reviews. Digging deep into the world of cheese and dopiness. Please make a sequel. I need to find out if there's a sequel to this. This came out in 2021, I think. It was recent. No, 2019. Hang on. 2018. Sorry, my apologies. 2018. So there you go. Not that long ago. They're bound to have cracked out a sequel by now. They set it up for one to go on forever. I want the 10 movie box set. That's just something I would love to. Sorry, I've got my chinos while I'm live streaming, of course. It's always a way of it. The joys of winter. I want the 10 movie box set of this, and the Funko Pop, and this is one you want to collect a load of cheesy merchandise for and collect box sets, even though they're awful movies and they make no sense. Like, it makes no sense. There's no sense to this whatsoever. And they make it for another 20 quid and they don't actually get a budget. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it's terrible, it's awful, it's cheap, makes no sense, but watch it because it's mental. There you go. There's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh man, the things I do. But there you go, folks. Thanks everyone for turning up in the chat. Whenever I'm doing these, turn up, talk to me. Let's get a conversation going. If I can get this posted up beforehand, try and watch the movie, and then we can have a laugh about it, because there's some mad stuff. And Dale, we have to do another movie. You have to pick one this time. It's your turn. And Chris, you have to delve into horror, and I have to get you on here, and we have to do something just daft. It's a must. Got to do this. Yeah. So there you go, folks. Thanks very much. Do the typey clicky things, share the videos around, and until next time, keep it creepy, keep it horrific.